Alright, shalom, all praises be unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth. Salutes to all you Akim out there pushing the word in sincerity and in truth, and to the few believing sisters, Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash. And in this video, in this lesson, I just pretty much want to go over Acts, the 12th chapter, dealing with, as it says here, the blue letter kind of gives titles to the chapters, and it says Peter's arrest and deliverance. And this is a very powerful chapter in the scriptures. And the reason I want to speak about this is because, these things were done unto the apostles and the disciples, the believers, but great things were done for them, and as the scripture says, these things were written for our learning, and the point is, if the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai did this for great pillars in the faith 2,000 years ago, at a time of higher and more intensified persecution, which is shortly to come, will not the Lord do these things for us again? Okay, so this is pretty much in the stead of being a faith booster onto the body of believers. So this is Acts chapter 12 and 1, and it says, Now about that time Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and he killed James the brother of John with the sword, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, and these would be Israelites who didn't believe in Yahweh Shai. They were against the ecclesia. They were against the called out ones, those who had faith and believed in Yahweh Shai. Okay, these were Israelites who basically couldn't receive the Lord, and they had an issue with the newly founded church, as it were, assembly, body of believers who accepted Yahweh Shai to be Hamashiach. Okay, so it pleased these Jews, being those who didn't believe upon Yahweh Shai. So when he saw that it pleased them, he proceeded further to take Peter also, bearing in mind Peter wasn't the head apostle, okay, of the assembly. Yahweh Shai said, that he would be the head, essentially. He would be the rock upon which the assembly would be built, the church would be built, and the gates of hell would not prevail against it. So the house of David, is built upon, he himself, So it says, then were the days of unleavened bread. So this was the Pesach time, okay, because the first day of the feast of unleavened bread is the Passover itself. So it could have been any of 7 days. So it could have been, between any of those days of the 7 days of unleavened bread, which is a time when there's a lot of activity in the ancient world. There was a lot of activity in Jerusalem because a lot of people came into Jerusalem to observe the feast of unleavened bread. And it says, and when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Now, where it says Easter, this is in the Greek. It should really be Pesach, okay, which is the Passover. Let's see what the blue letter actually says about the word Easter here. You see, brother, we can celebrate Easter. Look, outline of biblical usage. It says the Paschal sacrifice, which was accustomed to be offered for the people's deliverance of old from Egypt. The Paschal lamb, the lamb the Israelites were accustomed to slay and eat on the 14th day of the month of Nisan, the first month of their year, in memory of the day on which their fathers preparing to depart from Egypt were bidden by the Most High to slay and eat a lamb, and to sprinkle their doorposts with its blood, that the destroying angel, seeing the blood, might pass over their dwellings. And then it says here, Christ, which we don't use that word, Hamashiach, crucified, is likened to the slain paschal lamb. Then it says the paschal supper, the paschal feast, the feast of Passover, okay, extending from the 14th to the 20th of the month of Nisan. So the blue letter is on point here. It says G3957, Pascha, which is what? The Pesach. Okay, so where we see the word Easter rendered from the Greek translation onto the English, it's not talking about the pagan holiday that you know as Easter today. It's talking about the Passover. Okay, so it says intending after Passover, meaning the feast of unleavened bread, those 7 days, to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayers were made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth the same night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and their keepers before the door kept the prison. So they treated Apostle Peter like he was a, what do they call it? Is it high-level inmate? High-risk prisoner, highest level of security, incarceration. He had 2 soldiers by his left and right and chained up. Damn. And it says, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side. And that shows you that the angels, they're rough, man. There was, I could be wrong, I should fact check this, I will. I believe it was it Tobit? An angel came, and the scriptures speak about, in the vehemency of his strength, lifted him up by the hairs of his head, and transported him to, is it Daniel? To give him his food, his dinner, man. He was eating food, and the angel appeared unto him and said, nah, man, this food's for Daniel, and lifted him up by his head, man. So the angels don't come nice and soft. They come kind of abrupt, man. And you know what? Let's look up that word. Abrupt. Yeah, sudden and unexpected. All right, blunt, short, harsh. Okay. No nonsense. To the point. Snappy, brisk. Okay. So that's how the angels come, man. So the angel came, and it smote Peter on the side. What does it mean to smote someone? It means to hit them. So the angel probably gave him a stiff, backhand, to the shoulder or the side of his stomach or something. Like, hey man, hey, wake up, saying, arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, gird thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him, cast thy garments about thee, and follow me. So the angel had the power to make the chains break off, man. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So he thought, nah, man, this is Apostle Peter. I'm still locked up here. Maybe this is just a dream or something, a vision. And when they were past the first and second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. So as they approached the gate just opened, man. And like, imagine that in a movie. That's badass, man. That's some serious shit, man. Like, that's, you the boss, you the man. Gates just opening as you approach it. Get out of my way, man. Move. I need to come through. That's badass, man. you know. So as the angel was approaching the gate with Peter, it just opened, and it was an iron gate. So that wasn't no flimsy little door, you know. That was a big, tough iron gate, but it just opened as they approached. That's the power that the Lord, you know, displayed through this angel, man, you know. And the Bible doesn't say which angel it was, but, you know, that you know, all the angels, they're serious, man, you know. And it says, and they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. You know, so he's probably walking side by side, and Peter's thinking, man, oh, is this real? Is this real? You know, and next thing you know, the angel that was by his side probably, you know, just disappeared, man. You know, just vanished, you know. And again, the angels are abrupt. They don't have, okay, well, goodbye, you know, see you soon, and well, I've done my job now, so I'll take my leave. No. The angel came in, picked him up, started walking, and then when they passed through onto the second street, the angel just disappeared, you know. No shalom, no salute, no pats on the back, or no words of advice. I done my job. I delivered you out of the prison. Bye. You know, vanished, gone. You know, but Apostle Peter knew what to do. And it says, and when Peter was come to himself, meaning that like his senses came like, oh shit, this ain't a dream, this ain't a vision, this is real. I just got delivered. He said, now I know for surety that the Lord have sent his angel. Meaning that, nah, I've actually, you know, this ain't no dream, you know, and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectations of the people of the Jews, because they wanted him dead. Bearing in mind, this is the head apostle. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark. So that was John Mark. You know, that's a common name amongst Jake today, you know, John Mark. They get that from the scriptures, where many were gathered together praying. Yeah, because they still believed Peter to be in prison and basically on death row to be executed. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told. So she didn't even open the gate. She just ran back into the house for joy, you know. And told how Peter stood before the gate. And they said unto her, thou art mad, you know, which really shows a lack of faith. Okay, you know, they were doing the right thing. They were praying, you know, but they weren't really expecting, you know, because they were in the house praying. But when she said, oh, he's here, they're like, nah, you're mad. So why are you praying then? It's either you believe your prayers will be heard and he'll be delivered, you know, or if it's not the Most High's will. But when she said, oh, he's at the gate, they said to her that she's mad, you know. So even though, you know, it was the body of believers and stuff, that was a slight lack of faith on their part, man, you know, because it was too real to be true, you know. But that's the time we're coming into, brothers and sisters, where certain miracles are going to start happening where it appears to be too real to be true. But we've got to pray for faith that, you know, we don't have to rub our eyes. Am I seeing correct? Is this really happening? Am I dreaming? Or no, I don't believe it. We have to pray for the faith that when the Lord shows us these miracles in soon times to come, we believe them. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then they said it is his angel, meaning that they probably thought it's his angel, meaning that they believed he died, you know, because the scriptures speak about there's a body on the earth that we inhabit, and then when we die, there's a body in the spirit realm that we inhabit, you know, which is the angel of the person. So they probably thought, oh man, Herod's gone and executed him and Peter's died, but his angel, meaning his spiritual body, was sent, you know, to maybe give a message or something. So his angel means his spiritual body, meaning, I'm not going to get it, but the scriptures speak about that, as I just mentioned, We have an earthly vessel, and then we have when a person dies, there's a body that you raise up into in the spirit realm, which is the angel of a man, which is the angel of a woman. Sometimes people get dreams where dead loved ones come to them and things of that nature. That's the angel of that person. Okay. But it says, but Peter continued knocking, and when they had opened the door, they saw him and were astonished. So, this ain't his angel. This is the carnal Peter. This is Peter live in the flesh. Ain't no angel, man. He ain't dead. This is him. But he, beckoning unto them with the hand to hold their peace, declared unto them how the Lord had brought him out of the prison. And he said, go shew these things unto James and to the brethren. And he departed and went into another place. Now, as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers what be come of Peter, because they woke up and, the chains and the shackles are open and the inmates gone. Peter was long gone, man, so they had arguments and stirs and what's going on, man. Who was by his left, who was by his right, who was manning the gate, the gate was probably still wide open, the iron gate, what's going on, man, And when Herod had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers and commanded that they should be put to death. Because in Herod's eyes, they didn't do their job properly, not realizing, there was a slight inconvenience for them, which they couldn't fight. It just so happened an angel came and delivered him. Ain't no prison guard can fight no angel, man, So they got put to death. And it says, and he went down from Judea to Caesarea and there abode. So it continues on, but that's pretty much what I wanted to speak upon, is that the Lord delivered Apostle Peter from prison. He was on death row and he was due to die, but the Lord delivered him, man. And the same way Yahweh Hashem Yahushua did these miracles, for our forefathers, as recorded in the scripture, is the same way he's going to do these miracles, and even in greater measure for us. Brothers will be arrested, brothers will go through situations where it's almost certain death. The scriptures speak about the enemy coming in like a flood. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that if we maintain faith and pray for one another, if it be the Father's will through his Son, protection and safety, the scripture says that the Lord shall lift up a standard. That standard is divine intervention, brothers, man, and you few sisters, get ready to see angels, in the form of a person you've never seen before. Get ready to see angels, straight from the spirit realm, and it's an angel. Go this way, go that way. Hey, wake up, come with me. Don't go here, go there. Get ready to see angels, man, because the same way divine intervention happened to the rescue of the apostles and believers back then, it's the same way it's going to happen now, and in greater measure. So Lord willing, this is a faith booster. The Lord has got our back, man. Shalom.